All right, man. And Darrell Bevell was still insisting that the timeout that he signaled to Matt Patricia to call that would have iced the game for the Lions when they picked up the first down was all on Matt Patricia's plate. Matt Patricia took responsibility for it, but Darrell Bevell got a history of this. Let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And Darrell Bevell with the Super Bowl call when he tried to do the rub route or the pick play, whatever you call it, and he called that on the goal line instead of handing it to Marshawn Lynch. Now, usually, some NFL head coaches, they have the ability to veto a play call. They hear over the the headset, and they might say, "Hey, you should have ran that. We won't run it this play. We're not throwing it, or whatever it is." So ultimately, to be technical, Pete Carroll could have overruled that play call and said, "You need to hire Mr. Marshawn." Matt Patricia could have overruled Darrell Bevell and said, "You know what? Just let him run the play." So he does have some responsibility in Matt Patricia, but once again, Darrell Bevell throwing it on Matt Patricia and saying it was Matt Patricia's fault. We all seen him on the replay. He signaled for the timeout. Now, why he just can't take his responsibility like a man and say, "Hey, it was my fault. I didn't like the look in the coverage. I signaled to coach for a timeout. He took the timeout. That's on me." That ain't no good sign. And even though he's not the leader of the Detroit Lions, Darrell Bevell, and Matt Patricia's the leader, but really, can you trust him? Because he ain't come from New England, so he ain't one of y'all. But, just looking at the bro code or the guy code, whatever you want to call it, like, dude, why you didn't take responsibility for your own actions? I know I'm driving the car, and the police find a gun in the bag, and it's your gun, and you ain't going to speak up. And now you want me to take the gun charge for you? This is a similar situation. Some of the things in that situation run parallel. And a lot of us, or some of us, been in that situation before. And Matt Patricia had to take one for the home team. Why you think Matt Patricia is pleased with Darrell Bevell? You think he trusts Darrell Bevell after that? You think he ain't having a brewski? You think he ain't hitting a shot of a yak or scotch, whatever he like to drink? Or he ain't eating a cheeseburger? Or he ain't go to buy a Quinn office and they smoking a cigarette or a cigar or something, or they chopping it up. He say, "Man, this whole ass nigga gonna sit there and signal for me to call the timeout, and then he gonna put all the responsibility and blame on me, knowing he did that. I told you don't hire him." You think they ain't talking about Darrell Bevell, the whole move he pulled? You think the players ain't see that, him not take responsibility for his actions? Who trusted him? That's worse than, that's about snitching. You lying. Like, nigga, we seen you call him for the timeout. And we know Matt Patricia don't have no say so over the offense. He looking at the play like, he like, all right, this is gonna work. I hope it worked. And he see Bevell come over there and signal a timeout. We all see now. Had we not seen the replay with Bevell calling the timeout and get to the press conference, like, who called timeout? Matt Patricia said, "That's on me. I had to call a timeout." Cool. With all these 10,000, 7,700 different camera angles, we seen you call the timeout. This ain't no good sign from Darrell Bevell. And his performance on Sunday was quite pathetic. Okay? I had a lot of hope for him coming in here. He had one job to do. One job to do coming to Detroit. Every offensive coordinator since Barry Sanders and James Stewart came here and ran for 1,000 his first year. They had one job to do. You know what the one job was? The one job was to run the ball. That's been the missing piece for the Lions. They had Stafford throw for 40-something touchdowns, right? They done had a top 3 or 4 or 5 defense. The one thing we ain't been is top 10 in rushing in a long time. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. We need to go north and south, if need be, east and west. That's not take away. And people say, oh, it wasn't Stafford's fault. The offense did the job. The defense can't give up 18 points. Nah, look here. You got to understand how football works. You go 3 and out. I'm the defense. The offense job is to go forward and to push the defense backwards, depending. Right? If you going 3 and out, and the offense keep getting shot to shot to shot. Long story short, let me get it to you this way. You in the gym. You with Timmy. Timmy can't shoot for shit. But if you give Timmy 1,000 freaking shots, I'm guarantee you Timmy gonna make a few of them. No matter how bad it is. You give Timmy 1,000 shots from the 3-point line, top of the key 3-pointer, eventually Timmy gonna make a couple. That's what happened with the offense. That's what the defense and the offense. I try to explain it to y'all. The offense kept stalling in the third quarter. They gave the offense, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals offense momentum. They kept giving them try after try again. When you can't run the ball and chew up the clock and you can't consistently put the ball in the end zone, the defense got tired from 3 and out. The Lions not putting the drive together. That's what happened. You talking about the significance of preseason. Trey Flowers didn't play much. Daniels didn't play much. Snack missed half the preseason. Darius Slay missed a lot of the preseason. Jerry Davis wasn't out there, you know. So a lot of your front linemen ain't played. That's what people got to understand. When the offense don't convert first downs, when the offense can't put the ball in the end zone on a consistent basis, and you go 3 and out, that hang your defense out there. And Darrell Bevell, his ass on the hot seat already. Not because, he didn't run the ball with success, because of the pussy move that you pulled. Excuse my French. All you supposed to have took responsibility. You the offensive coordinator. You have full control. This ain't a situation where, it go through Belichick and Belichick say, okay, yep, do this or run the ball. You have full control. Just say, I didn't like the defense. All you had to say was this. I didn't like the way the defense lined up, the look we had. I wasn't 100% confident that Stafford, knew to check out of it or knew to go through the progressions, or I just didn't feel comfortable. That's on me. I got to trust Stafford on that one. But we building towards that. A simple phrase or simple couple lines, we wouldn't be talking about this. But the way he threw Patricia under the bus, well, the coach is the only one that can call the timeout. So I didn't call the timeout. Like, if I'm Patricia, I'm like, this guy here, I'd have pulled him to the side, man. Like, dude, don't you ever do no shit like that. You ain't see Charlie Weiss, Romeo Crennel, Bill O'Brien, Matt Patricia, Brian Flores, Josh McDaniels. You ain't see none of them throw You ain't see none of them throwing Bill Belichick under the bus. But Darrell Bevell sure did throw Matt Patricia under the bus. He sure did. If I'm Matt Patricia, me and him would have had a conversation. A nice, real long conversation. That exact look Patricia got in his face right there in the picture. It's the exact look he probably had. Like, no, this fool didn't. But he got a history of some shit like that. He called that shit in the Super Bowl. His career will be forever defined by that play he called in the Super Bowl, not handed off to Marshawn Lynch. And he kind of got out scot-free from that, and Pete Carroll kind of took the hit for that. But when you the head coach, you take all the blame. But you get all the glory, too. But I just thought it was some sucker stuff right there from Darrell Bevell, man. And I think he on the hot seat. I think Patricia is questioning hiring this guy. But he had one job to do. And that's get the running game going. Maybe he don't have the personnel to do so. Maybe he don't have the offensive lineman to do so. When you come here, any offensive coordinator come here in the future, the number one thing you need to do is get the running game going. If you get the running game going, the offense, the sky's the limit. All right? But hey, it's Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Let me know what you think about the situation between Patricia and Bevell. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request, keep sharing the video. Appreciate the love, support. Check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, entertainment, and much, much more. In addition to that, man, we